So I'm James Yankaskas. I'm a professor of medicine at the University of North Carolina in Chapel Hill. I practice pulmonary and critical care medicine, and one of my biggest efforts has been in developing a better understanding and better care for adults with cystic fibrosis. I'm here at the CFRI convention to bring people up to date on what's new and what's coming in CF clinical care. And it was a pretty optimistic point of view.
Most definitely. What would you say that some of the most exciting findings are in research today based on the conference here? Certainly there's a lot of energy, a lot of positive energy.
Right, so there's too many things that are very exciting to narrow it down to the top 3 or the top 10 or even the top 50. But the things that I chose to highlight are the continuing advances in basic science research, which are understanding much more about CFTR molecule, how it works, and how it works abnormally in cystic fibrosis, how that leads to abnormal airway surface liquid in CF airways, which leads to infection and leads to inflammation and progressive disease, and most importantly, how the pendulum is swung to now there's tremendous efforts on developing therapeutics. And the therapeutics pipeline, as is called by many, is full, getting fuller all the time, and we're now having outcomes from that of proven therapies. And there's many more in progress. We're going to see great advances in the very near future.
Would you say that some of the interests would be that the targeted therapies could come from specific spin-off drugs for specific gene mutations, and that's something to really be excited about?
To me, the most exciting thing would be to figure out a way to prevent CF airways disease from developing. And the idea of targeted therapies where a drug or compound would be developed that would correct the dysfunction of a class 2, a trafficking mutation, or class 1, a stop mutation, or any of the other classes, would give us treatments that might be given to people in early childhood before they had any lung disease and prevent the development of lung disease. That would be one of the most exciting things that could possibly happen. Of almost equal importance is the development of therapies to correct the underlying ion transport abnormalities. So those might be used singly or in combination. That might also be applied given to young children with CF disease and either prevent the development of chronic infections or greatly slow the progressive deterioration that we see in almost all of our patients. So those are the two most promising areas or most exciting areas from my point of view.
It is exciting, and a lot of the participants, parents that I had the pleasure to interview today, certainly with the younger, the newly diagnosed, and receiving the panel test, and it's just amazing to see the differences in the parents that maybe I have spoken to that have, say, teens and 20-year-olds versus 1 to 3-year-olds that have been diagnosed. They're getting the gene mutations. They actually know. The parents are getting tested to know their mutation, and it's it's really fascinating to see how it's just kind of honing in and targeted.
So that's a very important issue, and many of my patients say, so why do you want to know my specific mutations? And the answer is very clear. It's that it doesn't change my therapy today, but I know there are therapies just around the corner that are going to be better for people with class 2 mutations or class 3 mutations. And if I know which mutations you have, I can apply those therapies as early as possible. It's
probably safe to say the message at this conference, I would say to our viewers would say, know your combination, know your mutation.
Know your mutations,
Get tested,
because
find out.
this is going to put you and your caregivers in a position to take advantage of clinical research opportunities and effective therapies as soon as they become available. I agree with you.
Thank you, Doctor. You have been, it's just an honor to be here, the top doctors and researchers. I'll tell you, the CFRI really, you do it right.
They are doing a good job.